Thanks, Rebecca. Hello and welcome back to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. With the NFL season set to kick off tomorrow night in Denver, today we are taking a look at where you can see some of your favorite former Hawks playing this 2013 football season. As 53-man rosters were finalized this week, 26 former Hawkeyes made the cut across 16 different rosters. That's half the league. Micah Hyde made the cut in Green Bay, making Mike McCarthy's roster as the third-string cornerback. Hyde was drafted by the Green Bay Packers in the 5th round of this year's draft, 159th overall. He recorded 240 tackles in 51 career games for the Black and Gold. Chad Greenway will look to add to the phenomenal season he had last year for the Minnesota Vikings last year. Greenway finished the year second in the NFL with 148 combined tackles. Dallas Clark changes teams for the second time in 2 seasons, joining up with the defending Super Bowl champion Baltimore Ravens. He compiled 47 receptions for 435 yards with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last season. Sean Green is another former Hawkeye changing uniforms this season. Green will play backup to Chris Johnson in Tennessee. He had 1,069 yards in 14 starts for the Jets last season. Finally, after being cut by the Chiefs on August 25th, former Hawkeye quarterback Ricky Stanzi was claimed off waivers on August 27th by the Jacksonville Jaguars and will serve as their third-string quarterback. Former Hawks in the NFL to Hawks still sporting the black and gold. The Hawks came into look in 2013, looking to shake off a miserable 2012 campaign, which saw the black and gold outfit lose 6 consecutive conference games en route to a 4-8 season, the worst under head coach Kirk Ferentz since the late 90s and early 2000s. As you can imagine, a lot of raw emotion post-game.
You have to. I mean, you just flush it. It's what you do every week, and tomorrow we'll come in, watch the film, make the corrections, and then focus on our next opponent.
First half we took a little time to get going, then started rolling a little better. Somebody kind of had their defense on their heels, and second half, we're doing the same thing, but it was those third and shorts that we just couldn't convert. We just couldn't get the first downs after that.
Something that this team just needs to learn how to do, or is it just something that'll come eventually?
No, we just need guys out there making plays. Skilled players out there have to make plays, and we really didn't at the end of the game today, and it's what we have to do. And that's what we just got to keep working on, more consistent, and be more physical too.
You guys look back at other things, all facets of the game?
Oh, absolutely. That's what coaches do. They try to help us improve on all plays. You can't predict when the critical plays are going to be, so you just got to try and make sure that you're at your best when those critical plays happen. I can't tell you when they're going to be, but we did plenty of things that we need to correct.
We now bring in Daily Iowan football reporter Matt Cable to discuss Iowa's progress as they head into week 2 of the 2013 season. Now, Matt, what have you seen from this year's team so far? I know it's a small sample, but what have we seen that may be different from last year?
Well, Cody, I think one of the biggest differences that we've seen from this team is their no-huddle offense that they're running under offensive coordinator Greg Davis, who's now in his 2nd year. The team is really moving the ball up the field at a fast pace, and I think that that's really going to help them out, especially with Jake Rudock, new quarterback for the Hawkeyes, running the offense under Greg Davis for his 2nd year now. And I think that Rudock himself is also one of the biggest changes from last year. What we have here is a national championship winning quarterback from high school coming in to play for the Hawkeyes, and he looked on Saturday as if he is ready to take this team under his reins and lead them to a better season than last year. Now, he did throw a late game interception that cost the Hawks the game, but from what we saw, he was completing routes. He was able to score with his arm and his legs, and I think that with Rudock, that they have a really strong chance. And we also saw running backs Mark Wiseman and Damon Bullock form a competent duo in the backfield, and together that would open up the play action for the team and really start to open up the downfield plays for Rudock and his receivers.
Lots of offensive excitement from the Hawkeyes in week 1. Now, tell us, Matt, what needs improvement before Saturday's game?
Well, I think that Rudock will have to mature a little more in his late game situations, and the defense will need to step up a little bit more containing. They did a good job containing the run, but they gave up some big plays in the air. And I just think that with the solid core of linebackers, they need to have a big effect on containing the Missouri State offense.
Missouri State offense kind of comes in the form of their quarterback, Kiera Harris, who will lead the Bears in on Saturday. Now, 8 FCS schools beat FBS schools in week 1, something that's almost unheard of. Quickly now tell us, what does Iowa have to do to avoid becoming a part of that losing FBS group?
Cody, I just think they need to play regular Iowa football. They need to run the ball, pass the ball, play solid defense, and the Bears shouldn't be a big problem for them. Iowa's never lost to an FCS school, and that's all they need to do. Play true Iowa football.
Establish the run, an effective play-action pass. You heard it here first from football reporter Matt Cable. Thank you a bunch, Matt. And on a final note, the Pittsburgh Pirates put an end to a 20 consecutive losing season streak last night, winning their 81st game of the season 4-3 over the Milwaukee Brewers. Travis Snyder homered in the 9th to give the Pirates the lead, and Mark Melancone nailed it down with his 11th save of the year. Pittsburgh will go for their first winning season since 1992 when they won the National League East tonight in Milwaukee against the same Brewers. That's all we have for today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for our daily Iowan pregame coverage show as the Hawkeyes look to bounce back against the Missouri State Bears this weekend. Back to you guys at the desk.